Hello everyone, we are on the garage deck today and I am going to do something I didn't think I was going to be able to do, but I am going to make it happen. And that is to use this ledge to put extra plants on because I want to figure out how to use every part of our deck to put plants on. So this ledge has always been here. They redid the floors that were rotting, so that's why it's been 5 years since we've used this deck. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. It's probably a foot wide. I can fit so many pots on there. And then when they were here, they said it's required by code to have a railing. So I guess people don't fall over. So the railing sits right in the middle, which means that I can't have a pot that uses all 12 inches of this space. But I have been playing around with like some hanging window boxes like that. And today I'm going to create something involving trampoline spikes. So let me show you what we're doing. This is the ledge that I'm going to put these flower boxes on. They get part sun, I'd say, in the morning. So there is a tree behind them, but the sun comes from behind me. So they're getting a good amount of morning sun. So I am going to put some part sun plants into these flower boxes. What I'm going to do though is kind of extend where that flower planter is over and just make it look like it's one border of flowers. I have 3 flower boxes now. I might add more, but I want to see how this works out first. So here's what it looks like with these 3 window boxes. I could get some more and extend it all the way down, but I think I might be rearranging the privacy screen containers that I just put together, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. So ignore the grill. I'm trying to get out of the way that is broken, but we are going to try to move it downstairs and fix it, and the pile of manure. But I think I'm going to space these pots apart and maybe have 1 or 2 of these black pots on this side, 1 or 2 over on this side. You can see the trellis of one of them there, and then put another planter in between, just again so it's not one block of all the same and I'm breaking it up a little bit. So I do want to save some space on this side and not just fill it with the planter. With the width of these boxes, they do actually fit on the ledge, but especially once they're planted, if we get some sort of wind or something knocks into it, it could very easily fall off of this ledge. So what I'm going to do is take probably 2 trampoline spikes, and I did measure them to make sure that they'll fit over the railing. So I'm just going to do something like this, where I expand them over the railing and push them down. I maybe could get away with 1, but I have enough to put 2 in there. And then this isn't going to go anywhere. I plan to use 3 different plants in this container with a color scheme of this lavender color and white. And the first one I'm going to use is one I fell in love with last year. This is the Orchid Blush Sun Patient. These actually, I didn't get them with tags, but I grew them last year. They stay full of color the whole time. Last year they were on the deck in full morning sun. So this time again we'll get part morning sun. I still think they should flower as much as they have been, but I absolutely love this color. If you look close enough, I don't think it really shows off on camera. There's even kind of a little bit of like glitteriness or shininess to the petals. So that's going to be the one lavender plant. Then I'll be doing Campfire Marshmallow Bidens, which I just love so much, and a little border of these flowers just makes me feel happy. So this is the plant tag. They are the Campfire Marshmallow Bidens. They are full to part sun. I put some of these also in the little privacy screen that I made. And then these are going to get to about 18 to 14 inches tall. Nothing in this border is going to get huge. Look how cute! And the final plant I'm going to include in there is this Angelonia. Now, I did fall in love with Angelonia last year. I grew the Angel Face Cascade Pink. This is the Angel Face Cascade, I believe it's Snow? Yes, Snow. So this one has a different growth habit from the Wedgwood Angelonia, which are basically vertical straight up. As you can see, this one is going to spill over a little bit, which I think will be really pretty in this border. These are also going to be full sun and about 18 to 14 inches tall. So let me go lay these out in the order I think I'm going to plant them, see if I like it, and then actually get them planted. All right, I think I like this layout. So the 2 on the end are planted in the same order. The Orchid Blush on the 2 corners, and then the Bidens in the center. And then the Angelonia is in the same spot in every container, but the middle container I switched out just so I didn't have the same plant right next to each other. So the Bidens are on the outside, and then the Orchid Blush is in the center. Now I do think I'm gonna plant these on the ground so I don't knock them off the ledge before I add the supports. But I think this is going to be really pretty. You know what, we're actually going to use, well, this is technically the bench for the table, but this has been covered in plants that I really haven't used it as a table. to either sit at or work at, but I am going to use this bench to plant. That way I don't have to bend down as much. So first I'm going to put in some of the potting soil. Now the plants themselves are pretty much the same depth as these flower boxes, so I'm probably not going to need to add too much to it, but I do want to put some in first and then I'll add in any extra. I'm going to add in some of the slow release fertilizer for flowers. And then put in the plants. And I am going to basically start with this one as close to the edge as possible. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to put the Bidens in the center, and luckily there is this little notch here, so I know where the center is. I don't have to do any sort of guesstimation. And then the Angelonia between those. And now I'm just filling in any gaps with potting soil while also spilling it all over. But anytime I spill, I just sweep it up and then put that potting soil back into the container. All right, let's go set this up and I'll get the last 2 boxes planted. The flower box is in place, so now I need to add in the trampoline stakes for support, because again, this could easily be pulled off or blown off the ledge. So I'm just going to, again, stretch a little bit to expand and then push this down until it hits the bottom of the flower box. And I'm going to add a second one just for extra support. There we go. I don't think this box is going anywhere. I think she looks really pretty. Again, I could go all the way down. Part of me wants to, but part of me also knows I am probably gonna move the privacy screen around and then they would be blocking the flowers. But here, I'm not planning to put anything that would block them. Again, the grill is gonna be moved somewhere else. I might do the herb garden for my husband here. I was originally thinking of doing that on the walkway, but I think this gets more sun, so it'll be a little bit better. But, oh, I think it looks really nice. I really do love this. Also, my sweater is just covered in dirt, so that's fun. But I think, I have at least 10 stakes left, or maybe a little bit fewer than that. But I might just, when I have empty space on the ledge, see what container I can stab a trampoline stake through and have it grow on my ledge. Because it's not like we would put anything else on this ledge, so it's just empty space for plants, and it means I can leave more of the floor space for actual people to do activities. So that's going to be it for this video. We are almost done planting down here, maybe. The rooftop decks are pretty much done. This is definitely what I'm taking the most time with, just because it is new to me, so I don't know what I like, what I don't like, what I want to change. But yeah, it's really exciting that it's all coming together. So let me know if you have any questions. See if you can use some trampoline stakes in your garden, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.